This is all I was doing over and over again, so I knew it was stuck. But it finally stopped raining when I did the thumbnail. It was pouring, and as you can see, the roads are still wet. The sky is beautiful this morning, and it's fine to help cool it off. But we are on our way to Christina's because we're not on the way to her house, and coffee has not hit yet, so my brain probably isn't working properly yet. But a friend of hers does a yard sale, and they invite them, and they've certainly invited us to come as well and participate. As you can see, back there is a bunch of stuff that we were able to pull together, thankfully, and get together, and hopefully we bring a lot of the stuff back home, or not back home. Coffee, guys, is not it yet. Hopefully we don't bring a lot of it back home and it actually gets just sold. I went through, like, for a while there, I was doing sewing and stuff like that, and I just don't have time for that anymore. I don't have time for sewing. Hi, Rebecca. I don't have time for the sewing and all that kind of stuff. I'm too busy with crochet, and I'm much better at it than I am sewing. I at least do a sewing machine, which my mom is happy with, but as far as being able to actually sew, even a straight line on a sewing machine is difficult, but I do have a sewing machine. And so I got rid of fabric and stuff that I'm never going to use. Oh, today is your birthday and I don't have my connection cake. Well, happy birthday, Rebecca. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. So we're gonna see. Hopefully it was just supposed to start raining in the morning, and then that was it, and we're hoping for that. I will take certainly having it to cool off in the morning, or for the rest of the day. We got one of those tents, one of those things you see at, like, people have, vendors and so forth. We had one, so we brought that so at least we could be under the tent, because this girl and my mama, we just burn, and then it goes right back to being just regular back to our old color. We don't tan. My daughter has a little bit of Indian heritage in her, and so she tans beautifully. Not this person. So we have, hi Shatikwa. So we have let's turn you around, you guys can look at the sky. It's really, look at that. After a rainstorm, isn't that beautiful coming through? And so she tans. I don't. So we brought the canopy thing. We did see one. They had one on sale at it was on clearance. I almost picked it up the other day and I didn't, and I should have. And I could have given one to the kids and one to us, but oh well. Christina can come under our canopy if she gets too hot. And so can my son-in-law, but isn't that beautiful? Beautiful morning. I am not a morning person by any stretch of the means. So of course, when you've got to go someplace, you don't sleep as well as you would like to, because you're tired and you're going, okay, I'm gonna miss the alarm. And so that in itself, and Mama didn't sleep either very well, so we're both gonna get done with this and collapse for sure after this is all over with. And again, hi Jeffrey. Hopefully we bring now not all this is stuff back here. Some of it is chairs and tables and so forth, so that kind of stuff. But I am certainly hoping that we don't bring a lot of it back home. I found some clothes that I'm not going to wear. And hi, Anthony, how you doing? Yard sale, yes. Well, you know what? My grandmother, the one that I did the spaghetti sauce recipe for, in honor of her, inevitably, when we would go to Daytona Beach, she always would find a yard sale. Every time. We'd always have to go hunting for yard sale. It was wonderful. Her birthday was wonderful. She had a blessed day. And she enjoyed it, and made crab cakes, and she had a wonderful, quiet birthday. We watched I Love Lucy.
Yes.
And so forth. And so it was really, hi, coffee. I'm having coffee. And so, well, thank you very much for dropping on by. And so I was like, hopefully it won't rain all day.
See, there are people that get up early, Mary.
Well, I understand. There are people, but it's not, this girl has never been a morning person. And so, anyway, inevitably, when we go visit her, she would always find a yard sale. Always. It was always something she would go on the hunt for. And she loved yard sales. And I am one that does not... It's not that I don't care for yard sales. I just... I don't often go looking for them. And Coffee wishes you a happy belated birthday.
Oh, well, thank you, Coffee.
And so does Anthony.
Well, thank you, Anthony.
And so I've never been somebody that really enjoys them. And I guess because my grandmother dragged me to them every time. Oh my gosh, she would look for them. I remember one time. And usually when we would go, a lot of times her neighbor across the street would have one. I don't know why that sticks in my head. But there was a yard sale. And my grandmother was with me. Or Patty was with me. Or Patty... if there was a yard sale, we had to pull over and go. And it was just like Patty and my grandmother, both of them, yard sale. Dad wasn't into yard sales.
No.
But if Patty was with us and Grandma and there was a yard sale sign, oh my goodness, they were all over it. So, and I'm not knocking yard sales. There's some great deals you can find at yard sales. There's just... It's just not something that I'm like, I'm not going on a Saturday morning and going hunting for. Now, there is something that they do down where our church is. And apparently it's a pretty significant thing because of the highway our little church is on. It's on a major highway, but it's a big, huge thoroughfare. And so there's people that come through on this specific date on the highway.
It's called the Lincoln Highway.
Lincoln Highway in Ohio. And they'll come down and they will actually, like, people will set up at their homes down this thing. And there were people that will literally go down the whole thing to find deals and so forth. And sometimes we've opened our church just as a way of just letting people come in and give water and have a track and use the facilities and so forth. And we've done that before, but they'll go the whole stretch of highway and go down there. You can see the corn. There's the corn.
It's not as high as an elephant's
No.
eye yet. Here
No.
comes a horse.
Oh, look, see, guys, you get to see a horse. Horse and buggy. You see them every once in a while. There you go. So you never know what you're going to see here at Blessed to Crochet. You may see me crocheting. You may see the sky. You may see a horse. You may see corn. You just never know. And so they'll come down and people will set up and they'll do that whole thing. And so we'll see. I brought some of my craft stuff I'm not going to use. We'll see. We'll see what goes. I didn't guarantee you whatever goes. We'll have to bring some of this stuff in the house, but hopefully we'll come back with much less than what we brought. And apparently there is like a festival near these people's home and so they get a lot of foot traffic. And around this time, because I said to my mom last night, I said, couldn't they have done this in like September or something when it's not so hot? And she said, well, apparently there's a festival. They get a lot of foot traffic through. So that's good. And, you know, if it brings a little bit of extra income in for Mama, then that's fine. I'm happy for that. So anyway, that's the scoop. But I'm telling you, I am sore. There's more corn. You'll see cornfields just pop up. There's a bunch. That corn's pretty tall over there. There's some more corn. So, anyway, but I don't know if I'll make it to church tomorrow. I'll certainly try. We will see what my body will do. My body is not going to do much. You know, when it's frustrating when you're dealing with a chronic illness. You know, everything is just more challenging to do. There's nothing that's not. But at least you get to see beautiful sky and beautiful countryside and corn. And I looked, I had necklaces I had done. Do you think I can find where I did the paint dye earrings and where I placed it? My mother has this wonderful habit of putting stuff in places and not remembering where she stuck it. I'm turning into my mother. God help me. Because I looked and looked and looked for the thing we had where we were. I'm like, where did I stick that? Can't find it for nothing. And let's not get home and forget Wayfair. Oh, please. Or not Wayfair. Kohl's. We got to stop by Kohl's and get my buckets. Of course, at this point, I have no idea where we'd stick them. That's why I'm hoping we get rid of stuff, because as you can, well, you can't see, but it's pretty packed back there. I may have to. Hi, Kendra. Okay, how you doing? Yeah, I am not a person that will go, if I see a yard sale, my husband enjoys them. There's just, I don't know if it's the memories attached to them, but like I said, my grandmother, every time we went to see her, she came down and there was a yard sale. We had to pull over the car and go do it. But we are actually participating in a yard sale. As you can see, it's full. My daughter's friend, hi, she's cooking and roast. A friend of hers is having a yard sale, and they allow her to come and set up, her and her husband, and apparently gets a lot of foot traffic. And so I said, well, does she mind if we come? And they go, no, come ahead. So we came ahead, and next year we'll have to, oh, that's okay, but we thank you for showing on up. If y'all aren't familiar, we are doing a channel, and I don't want that channel to ever, this is our main channel. I'm letting you look at the sky. It's a lot better than my face. It's not awake yet. But you know, I don't want this to, well, it'll correct you in a minute. Anyway, maybe
that's to get on the next way.
If not, you can make a U-turn, and if it'll allow you to make a U-turn. Yes, the skies are opening. It was pouring when we left. And if it cools it off any bit, because it's supposed to be like in the 90s.
Sorry.
She made a wrong turn. Here we go. One of the things you don't very often do in Ohio is a U-turn. Anyway, I don't want that channel to ever forget or be the main focus, because the main focus is already, hold on a second, Mom, is always going to be, okay, she's got to listen to the directions or we're going to be lost. And we'll be in Memphis before we know it.
I've never gone
Okay.
to their house this way.
So, well, just
But I'm avoiding
for.
the highways.
And so anyway, I don't want.
604, I need to go 604.
I'm moving to Ohio in 2 weeks.
It's gone.
No, it's not. 2 miles.
Not 2 miles.
For
2/10 of a mile.
Well, 2/10. We're trying to figure it out.
604.
We live about an hour from between Columbus and Cleveland. So Ohio is beautiful.
604. Here we go.
There, now we're on the right track.
That wasn't too bad of a thing.
Nope. You guys get to see beautiful sky because we turned. Depending on where you're going, look at that corn. Oh, it is. Depending on where you're going, if you haven't been to Ohio, Berlin is absolutely a beautiful place. Oh, wait until you find the way. That sky is gorgeous. Absolutely. Berlin country, the Amish country, is beautiful. And so forth. And there's a lot of great places in Ohio. But anyway, if you guys haven't checked out Blessings Through Connection, it should be in the comments below here. Go check it out. I love what I'm seeing over there. I don't ever want it to trump what our main channel is, which is this. And that's the face of Blessed to Crochet, is this channel, or Blessings Through Connection. But over there, we just do peaceful scenery in the background, peaceful music. Go watch our recaps. We're doing our weekly recaps, and we take our daily shout outs and we put them in a recap every week, and we play those over at Blessings Through Connection. And we're going to start trying to put them here, not when we do live from YouTube, but when we're in our little studio in the bedroom. We'll go ahead and start doing the recaps for Blessings Through Connection, or Blessed to Crochet. They're both the same shout outs, they're just different, and they have our theme song in with it. So, look at that. That's the Ohio countryside. I love it. Never get tired of it. Hi, Linda. How are you? And so, we're just having everybody come on in there. We make them a mod. Now, eventually, because of everything, we may have to change it so that we put a link in the chat over there so that people can drop their links and then connect that way. But right now we have them come in as a standard moderator, and this way they're able to go back and forth. There's a lot of connection happening. There's people that are really connecting over there. We're encouraging channels with content and without content to participate, because hi Ainfield, because here's the thing. We all have channels. Oh, thank you very much for sending the flower. She cooks. The thing is that you guys have a channel. Whether you have content on it or not, you have a channel. And what?
That went away again.
Well, hold on a second. We have a problem. We have a problem, Houston. Don't y'all love technology? It's wonderful.
It says turn left in 2 miles.
Yeah, you got 1.3. So we got some time.
If comes to worse, you can put my phone.
Oh, thank you very much for the flowers. Yeah, we
Put my phone up here and I can watch the
hold on a second. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the thing. This is a mess, but you guys get to see the beautiful countryside. No, we don't want that. Menu. No, I don't want that. There we go, Mom. I fick it.
Thank you.
Don't ask me how I fick it, but I fick it. There you go.
There's more horses.
Oh, there's more horses, guys. Those are the Amish. They're coming out. We're actually in a little bit of Amish country. And anyway, I don't want it to ever stop people from coming over here and growing this channel, but I love what's happening over at Blessings Through Connection. There's a Facebook group we have through there. I will put it on this link tree, but it's also on our link tree for Blessings Through Connection. And you guys, if you're going live, you're doing premieres, you can put them in there. We're taking Facebook profiles and pages for that group, and that way you guys can just drop whatever you're doing in there. If we're seeing a live or premiere that is scheduled, we're posting that over at Blessings Through Connection. There's another one. Y'all see that going down the road? And so it's all stuff that we're trying to do. We want to foster and encourage connection with you guys. Remember, here's the thing I want people to get in their heads. It's really, really important. It changes. It changes how you think of things. I don't have a connection to my Hulu and my Netflix. If something better than Netflix came on, I'd be all over it. You know, I'd cancel it and move on. So I know YouTube says subscribe. Take the subscribe button and put it in the trash. And I'm not saying to not do that, but we're saying on both channels, take the subscribe button and change it in your head to the connection button. You know, change it to the connection button. And that changes things because we're connecting. Now, I was listening to a gentleman, his name is Kevin Colby. I really like a lot of what he does. And he was talking about a study recently, and I'm going to do something on that study in a live, because it really kind of focuses back to what we're all doing here. It's all about the connection. You do not have, thank you, Kendra, I appreciate you just stopping on by and showing on up, but we don't have a subscription. I think people sometimes in their head have where it's a money wise, and that's not always the case. You know, yes, we have the super stickers, and we have the stickers, and then if we're vertical, whatever they call it, gems or whatever they call that, yeah, we have that. But at the root of it, it's all about the connection. And when you change that and say, I'm going to go to a channel and I'm going to connect with them, then you're looking at it in a very different framework. That's why we're saying do the YouTube shuffle, connection to the right, connection to the left. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful, guys? That is gorgeous. And that's what it's all about. We have to think that and go forward with that and realize that. It's just at the core, that's what it is. And they were talking about that in that study, why people watch YouTube, and it was directly back to connection. And so I'm going to get the study. I'm going to look over it. He said it wasn't a very long study, but I listened to his take on it. But I'm going to do my own take because it's pretty amazing, quite frankly, when you look at that, to see the connection is at the core. And that was the first thing. The first thing, the top of it was connection. People come on YouTube for the fact of having connection. It's exactly what it's all about. And that's what people go into chats. It's why people build the communities they're building, because of the connection. So I don't want to lose. And if I've been a little all over the map this morning, it's because this girl does not handle things well in the morning. I'm not a morning person. And nor does my brain start thinking until I've had my coffee. And I'm only about halfway there. In fact, I haven't. It's not hitting yet. It takes a while to get my usually I get up, I have my whoops. The birds were coming. Usually I get up in the morning. Isn't that beautiful, guys? Look at that. Beautiful countryside. Yes. Usually I get up in the morning, I have my coffee, I crochet a little bit, or I do some stuff on the Chromebook, and then I have some time to wake up. I take a little time to get up in the morning and move around. It is absolutely beautiful. When we used to come up to visit my namesake and my mom's godmother, she lived where we now live. Look, I almost in the field. And she used to live where we now live, in the area we live. And I always kind of felt like I was coming home because my mom was raised where we now live. And I don't know why. I always felt like I was coming on home. And I always felt like Ohio was home. I don't know, can't tell you why. But I always felt like it was just, I was coming on home. It was just this beautiful, beautiful place. And it's just, I never get tired of it. And in the fall, oh my goodness, I'll never get tired of fall. It's so funny because when we're driving, my husband will be like, I'll see a tree and I'll just get all excited. And he goes, it's just a tree. I said, yeah, but it has fall leaves on it. And I get all excited. It takes me a few to get going, coffee, some YouTube lives, and get up and stuff. Yep, it does. And when you have fibromyalgia, which I deal with on a daily, your body doesn't work right in the morning. It takes just a while. Look at this. Look at these roads you're putting us on this morning, Mama. Everybody's loving it. Beautiful countryside. Much better than looking at myself this morning. You guys get to look at beautiful Ohio countryside. And it certainly is. It's gorgeous. I'll never get tired of it. I never get tired of going the back roads and going country roads. And, I'll never get tired of it. So we're excited to see. We love seeing people come in the chat over at Blessings Through Connection, and people to come in there. And what's happening is that come in there, make those connections, connect with everybody, say hello, whether you have content or not. Look at this. Whether you have content or not, we want you to participate in it, because you can find some awesome channels. And what is happening is people that have channels are finding viewers that don't have content on their channel. It's amazing. Yes, I'm miserable as well, so it definitely takes able to get going. It just takes a while. Isn't this gorgeous? It is just beautiful. Beautiful landscape. Wish fall leaves in Florida. I don't miss Florida. I was raised in Florida. I know my mother misses the heat. Believe it or not, I was raised in a very city-like atmosphere. I was raised in Coconut Creek, Coral Springs, Margate. All of that was, it was busy, urban. It was, and then you couldn't go far, and you were down to downtown Fort Lauderdale. There's another horse. Boy, we're seeing him. It's about the fourth horse we've seen.
Yeah.
Horse and buggy. We're in Amish country to some degree. It's very different. And I am much more of a country girl. I love the country. I always loved it up here. I love the fall leaves. Love the fall leaves. Love the winter. My daughter loves the winter. Did you read Disabled as Miserable? Miserable. Yep. You know what? I'm disabled. I get it, Linda. There was no space. Like I said, y'all, the coffee hasn't totally hit yet. So if I'm not reading stuff correctly, there's a reason why. But you know what? We do what we can do. We move what we can do. And, I I'm in North Florida where there's country, lots of horse farms. Well, there is country in Florida. I don't miss the getting ready for hurricane season. I don't miss the traffic. Snowbirds would come, and it was a mob scene down in Florida where we lived. You knew you could tell when the snowbirds were down. So I'm not, I don't miss it at all. My mother loves the heat. I can't wait for winter. Actually, my body doesn't hurt as much in the winter. And I was told by a doctor one time who said, when we moved to Ohio, and he said, oh, you're in the wrong state. You need to go to like dry, humid place. And I'm like, no. And actually in the winter, my body doesn't hurt as much. I don't know why.
I'm just in the opposite. In the summer, my body doesn't hurt as much.
And Josh loves the winter. My daughter was raised in Florida, but she loves the winter and the fall leaves. And it's funny because we're all like, okay, we're done. It wasn't too much where we were. This winter was cold, and it was a lot of snow. And
so was the spring.
Yes, and the spring was long and it was hard. I had a lot of allergies in spring, and it wasn't too much into the summer. We're like, okay, we're ready for fall. My daughter's like, I'm done. And I'm sure after today, it's going to be even more prevalent to be ready for the fall. And it was funny because we went back to Cincinnati where Josh has family. And he's like, this is too crowded for me. I love it up here. I really do. I love the area. It's just beautiful. There's no doubt about it. It's beautiful countryside, and I'm grateful. Up in the morning thinking, okay, my grandfather had multiple sclerosis. South Florida is a different world. Absolutely, I was sclerosis. Now, he could not get up without the aid of a lift. And my papu, which is grandfather in Greek, he would get up, and oftentimes, as a quadriplegic, he would have what we call a spasm. And, you would think you're lifting him up and it's dead weight, but he would actually have a spasm, and he would get flat as a board, and he would hurt to get up and move around, and it was difficult. But, there was a time where he couldn't move below his neck. And I thought, yet he put a smile on his face every morning. He wanted to make you happy, to make people happy. He wanted to laugh. He wanted to live life. And I'm thinking, Papu, and times when I get up and just my whole body hurts, like this morning. And, my back's been acting up a little bit. And I think, okay, Papu, if you could do it, I can move. Even though it's difficult, I can move. And I think of him a lot. He gives me a lot of inspiration. I miss him dearly. Out of all the people in my life, he was one that was... I'm looking forward to the one day, way down the road, but I am looking forward to walking with that man in heaven. It was not something I could ever do here on earth, but I will look forward to doing it in heaven with him. But he was an amazing man, the most gentle, sweet spirit I've ever met in my entire life. He was an amazing man. And I'm very grateful that I got to be his granddaughter. And even though he was my step-grandfather, he never treated me anything like a Eek! That snuck up awful quick, Mama.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad you stopped.
Oh, I am too.
He never treated me anything else like, I was always treated like a granddaughter no matter what. He was...
You want an English bulldog?
No.
Bulldog puppies for sale.
No, we have a mocha. That's it. We don't need any puppies, Mama. We got a mocha. She's enough.
She's more than enough.
She's enough. She's a staffy. She'll see her on the channel.
Papa used to say, in the overall scheme of
Life, this too shall become inconsequential. Oh, but he was an amazing man. They broke the mold when they made him.
Yes, if you'd get upset about something, he'd say, now is this going to matter next week?
Yep.
And if it's not, then let's just settle down. Okay?
It was funny because you all have seen the video, or if you looked at it, about my mother cutting my hair. A staffy, yes, she is. She's a staffy, and if you look, you'll find little shorts we've done with her. You'll see the YouTube shuffle on this channel with Mocha in it, and she was rescued from. Oh, here, guys! I don't know if you can see where the cows are. The cows are across the way. We're in farm country, guys. I have a Shih Tzu. Yes. And she was actually rescued out of a home. She was taken from some place where there was children picking her up by the collar and choking her. Apparently, teenagers. Apparently, that's supposed to be fun. If I could find them, boy, oh boy. Whew, I'm not going to say it, but whew, here we go. Oh, what is a Staffy? A Staffy is a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, which after the other one that we fostered, I swore I never would own another one again. I can tell you they give you the most, if you want to know about a dog that has a personality of a human, it's a Staffy. I mean, the other day I'm sitting on the couch and she's just tilting her little head. They tilt their heads. And she's just looking at me like, come on, can you please move so you can get off the blanket so I can go under the blanket? She's a hoot. And so she was rescued out of that situation because she was getting abused, and then she was placed in another home situation where the person actually would hit her every time she did something wrong. She was probably taken away from her mother way too young. She was she wasn't given the right nutrition. And I have a feeling she was probably, she goes in her crate fine. If you say crate time, she'll go. But she was probably abused in her crate. Her vet's appointments are horrible because she is scared to death of the vet because nobody taught her how to deal with the vet properly.
Nobody socialized
her at all. She wants to play with other dogs in the worst way, but she has no idea how to do it. She's not going to bite. She has what is called stranger danger, kind of fear based. If you want to meet her, you have to meet her on her terms. She's been too abused. Now she trusts us, tremendously. But you're going to turn that way. Left.
Here.
700 feet.
That must be the next one.
Yeah, but you're going to turn left.
Yes.
So when we take her to the vet, we have to,
Sterling.
She doesn't handle, we've tried to even put a muzzle on her, and she won't even get that on because I think somebody tortured her with that. So we're
in the right county.
we have to take her. They have to put her, give her sedation in order to do any kind of treatment on her whatsoever for any kind of,
what does that say, Sterling?
Yes, even if it's to check her ears or do anything like that, she just doesn't handle any of that well. And look at that countryside. And so it's sad because she's an amazing dog. She really is. And she just has, if we go out, it's, we have to let her introduce herself to people. She'll give us the clue whether or not she can do it. And sometimes it's just meeting them and, letting them just be, no, I'm not going to hurt you. And so, for a while there, we couldn't even put hoodies on because I think people were did stuff with her with hoodies on. I mean, it's just a shame. And, you know, the home she was in, we got her when she was 1.5 years. We fostered her. And my daughter fell in love with her. And so we ended up taking her. And now she can't have her where she's at, so we have to take care of her. I inherited my little girl. She came to me, severe paw that is just hanging. Broke my heart. Oh, but she is happy little girl. Well, that's awesome, though. I mean, it's like Mocha loves, like, you know, thankfully, you know, I'm disabled, my husband's disabled, and my mom's retired. So we're home a lot of the times. And this dog would not handle to be home or crated. She has to be crated when we leave, because she would get herself into way too much trouble if she wasn't. And she would probably, you know, out of just anxiety, tear things apart. And so we have to crate her. It just has to happen. And so we have to crate her. And
she likes her crate.
oh, she likes her crate. She'll go in there sometimes. Like I
I
said, look at the back seat. Hopefully we don't come home with that stuff. And so we crate her. I'm a big proponent of crating a lot of dogs when they're, you know, when people are gone, because they stay out of trouble. They don't get into things that they shouldn't, or eat things that they shouldn't. And so we crate her. Shaking up the coffee this morning. There you go. And so we do that. But I don't think she'd be happy if she was crated all the time and we weren't home. She loves when I sit on the couch and crochet and she'll get under the blanket. She loves it. And so she loves having us home. She is very much, like last night, she knew I was hurting. She was all over me because I was hurting. So we love our Mocha. But anyway, I'm going to get off here because we're close to where we're supposed to get off, and I want to say my normal stuff as we leave. Remember, check out Blessings Through Connection, guys. I love what's happening over there, and I am going to do a live on that report that I saw, because it was a very interesting report about YouTube. And thank you for everything. Thank you for I think they call them gems, those that sent gems to stream. Thank you so much. It goes all to Mama. I get the connection. You got to see beautiful, beautiful countryside. Some horses along the way, some cows along the way. I'm slowly waking up and the brain's starting to work. So remember, guys, to be proud of being yourself. Everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. We have you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And before we leave, I'll show you this. Look at that huddle of cows right there. Do you not see that? They're all huddled. They're having their morning breakfast. So I'm going to finish up my coffee and have my protein drink. So I love you all. Have a great day. And we'll probably stream on the way back and let you know how it went. Love you all. Bye-bye, everybody. And there's Mama.